People reach the point where suicide is a real possibility for them for a wide variety of reasons, often multiple reasons, which often interact in complicated and unique ways. So not only is it okay to ask people if they're thinking about suicide, it's essential. Hearing your kid talk about the reasons why they want to kill themselves hurts.
When someone is telling you that they are struggling with thoughts of suicide, it feels so big and insurmountable, and you start to feel desperate and like, what can I do? I have to stop this.
The key is that you are open, empathic, and honest in all of your conversations with them. And when you're asking about suicide, do it directly. You want to ask your child, are you thinking about killing yourself? You want to be straight to the point with it, not dancing around the subject like we see a lot of times. Because when you do kind of skirt around the issue, you're not getting at the heart of it, and you're showing your kid that you're actually afraid to talk about it.
So if I'm talking to my child and I'm saying, it sounds like you're miserable, and you're dropping hints, I need to know, have you thought about suicide? Child says, yes, I've been thinking about suicide. My response would be, ideally, what can you tell me about it? When you think about it, does it comfort you? Or is it frightening to you? Have you thought about it in specific ways? Have you thought about what you could do? Have you thought about methods? Have you gone online and done research? I need to know how specific and sort of detailed you have been about thinking about this, so we know how best to support you and respond to it.
When you're hearing this, it's going to probably take you aback as you're listening. Your instinct might be to say like, wow, you have so much to live for and things like that. But resist and instead just try to listen and hear them out in entirety.
It's so natural to try to talk them out of it, or to want to talk them out of it. To want to say things like, but you're so young, you have so much to live for, things can change. How could you think of doing that? Think of the good things in your life. You know, it's so natural to want to do that, but that can shut down conversation. You know, that can convey to your child, they don't want to hear how much I'm hurting, or they can't bear to hear how much I'm hurting. They just want me to get better. And yeah, you do. But they may also need the space to talk about that they're not getting better, or that they are still feeling hurt. So sometimes parents can feel manipulated. Teenager may say, if you make me do this, I'll kill myself. Or the fact that you won't let me have this makes me want to kill myself. And parents can feel very susceptible to manipulation in those contexts. Just because you feel manipulated doesn't mean your child is manipulating you. They may be speaking their truth, and what's really manipulating you is the situation, the stress of the situation, your fear around the situation. A boy who says, if you make me go to church, I'm going to kill myself. And the father says, whoa, wait a minute. You're having thoughts of killing yourself? You know, taking it very seriously. What do we need to do? The child's like, wait, well, no, you don't need to take me to an emergency room. I was just saying that. The other thing to recognize is that if your child is using suicidal language as a way to influence you or control you, sometimes it's because it works. There are many cases where parents, they bend their rules, they drop their rules, they drop their expectations because they're so afraid that their child will act on suicidal thoughts. That can reinforce then that talking about suicide as a means to change what you do works. This is like being in the line at airport security. You do not joke about a bomb in airport security. And if you say that you're having suicidal thoughts, it's the same thing. I'm going to take you seriously.
A suicidal thought is sort of like an alarm bell. It means that where you are right now is not where we want you to be down the road. So one of the best ways we can make sure that a suicide attempt is not part of your future life is to make sure we're being really proactive about having conversations, checking in that the skills that you think work best for you are skills that are still in your back pocket.
There's this sort of popular image of if somebody has suicidal thoughts, they go and get help and they don't have suicidal thoughts. Like on a Monday, if someone said to me, do you have suicidal thoughts? And I said yes. On Tuesday, they expected me not to. And it was hard for people to tolerate that these thoughts can be chronic. So I think parents need to be careful not to convey an expectation that your child will stop thinking of suicide quickly.